So, long story short, we had Ben Donathorn come in and write in the lead up to, no, just post Don't Mind If I Don't. Then Sean Bushby, ex-Jemima, brought more of an indie rock element and contributed a lot to the second EP, Operation Save the Humans, and some of the stuff that made it to the album. And thirdly and finally, we had Johnny Garrett, who was kind of like a metal guru. And if you've seen him these days, he's got like hair way past his nipples. And he's metal as, and he really he brought everything to the band that, you know, at the time we wanted, you know, like we wanted to take it, like keep it totally punk rock, but take it right down like a metal line. And Sam was loving leads and like spikes and squealies and stuff, and John was so into that as well. And, like half of our jams, like
we have squealy competitions.
That's all it was. It was like
squealy
spikes.
in the most obscure place.
Yeah. And it was, I loved it. And John was awesome. Like when we were writing the stuff for The More Things Change, like he'd come round to my my flat, and I'd say, you know, I can hear a lead in this bit, and whatever I'd say with my mouth, he could play with his hands.
It was cool.
Straight away. So he'd go like, and John would be like, oh, like when burn beer. He'd have it, you know.
And
it was amazing.
When we first got him up to try him out, we're like, well, I'll teach you a song or something and we'll play it and see how you go.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, just name a song. And he just played it. He didn't have to teach me at all.
He was good.
He was right into it.
Actually, all our guitarists were like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just knew the songs.
Sean, you just teach him a chord progression once or twice, and you had it.
And we never slowed down. We just kept playing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we got a new guitarist. We're playing in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You better cut it. Like, you know.
Yeah. John Garrett's first gig was Triple J.
Yeah, live to air.
Yeah.
Triple J.
He was shaking.
Hey John, here's your first show. Don't stop up. Yeah, it was awesome. Like awesome 6 years, hey. And just everyone that came along with it, like all the guitarists and the promoters and our booking, our national booking team, and everyone we met in every state. You know, like a massive community. And we were just so blessed because everywhere we went, there was people that were so willing to put us up, give us food, let us sleep on their floors.
Yeah.
And it was like amazing. Like, just always felt so much, you know, so much closer to God on tour as well. Like, it just takes you out of your comfort zone and puts you in like a real situation.
And I guess there was real timing behind it too, just with all that happened with not just our band but with all the other bands.
Yeah.
It was just the right time
Yeah.
for it to happen. Like if you try to do it now, like you said, I don't think it would happen. But there was just this right timing for all these bands to emerge and just hit it. And it just worked out well.
Yeah, fully. Such a support network as well, you know, like having your peers all start bands and all kind of become prominent icons, you know, within their specific genres. Is like we were all that like totally different styles and scenes, but so supportive of each other's music, and like we'd all be there at the same show.
We're all learning the same mistakes and learning from each other and telling each other we did this and did that. Yeah. Because we didn't know what we were doing pretty much.
Exactly. So, final release. Sketchbook, which is really just, it was kind of like the complete discography bar the album.
And bar that dodgy demo at Globe.
Yeah. And bar Commercial Distortion.
And plus a song that we never released.
At SAE, when Darren did that recording, we didn't release one song.
Yeah.
And we found it. It was like, oh, remember we did this recording.
Yeah.
So there was a song we'd never released on there too.
So yeah, kind of the complete discography we wanted people to hear, or that wouldn't hurt us too much, that we wouldn't totally cringe at, even though there's definitely some cringing moments on it. So there's really if you for people that came in late, and that was certainly the case. Like there were at our last show, I remember there was like I didn't know one face in the room. None of my friends were there.
Yeah.
Like none of
couldn't get in.
Yeah, it was like seriously like totally packed, like sweat dripping off the ceiling. Kids were like crowd surfing through the door, and yeah, like no, there was no one there that I knew, and I heard later that heaps of kids, that was their first ever SERAPHS COAL show.
Yeah.
So just when we were breaking up, so many kids were getting into the band, and I guess that's why we decided to release the sketchbook, because kids could get the album and they could get the sketchbook, and then they had everything that SERAPHS COAL ever did. You know, that was worth hearing. And yeah, we did 500 copies of that, like a limited press, all hand numbered on the back. I think I've got about 10 left at home. But yeah, that was good. And it was it was an appropriate way to end, giving something back to the kids that have supported us like totally, like fanatically through our career. So so stoked. We still we still respect our fans, and it's good to see that out of something that we started doing with no idea, like something really strong has grown out of that, and there's still bands today that are playing. Yeah, we want to encourage everyone, start a band if that's what you're into. You don't have to be great, just do it, and it's great fun. Nothing better. Do you want to talk about the breakup? What's that? Do you reckon? Yeah, just in case.
Well, we broke up. That's it.
We got invited out to Red Rock Noodle Bar with Craig Armstrong, our
Booking agent.
Booking agent,
Yeah.
person in charge. And he said, guys, you're going to be rock stars, basically.
You gotta step up.
Well,
I don't remember this.
He didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. He just said, look, guys, if you guys want to do the band, it will work, and we can do it.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And
Well,
to me, the band was ministry, and I didn't want it to be my all in all. Like, I like the idea of it being ministry, but as soon as I relied on it for any other reason other than to communicate, I just didn't like that. It just didn't sit right with me. Between me and God, that wasn't right, And I, praying about it, and we talked about it, and I told the guys that I couldn't keep going if we we're going to go to that level.
Well, I guess the thing is as well, like, no one has control over their band. Like, you can't make people like your band. And like, kids took our band and made it something. That's what they did, and it became an icon. You know what I mean? Something that kids really related to, and really they dictated what we did. You know what I mean? Like, we just kept going harder and harder, and like any door that was open to us, we'd just like fly through it. And that was my heart for the band. Like, we'd have meetings every second. We were like, guys, we've got to do it. It's step up. And kids really fed off of that, the fact that we were so active and that we always took opportunities, and that new frontiers were always being forged in the band the whole time. And so, in the end, like, I think like the fans really do steer the band, and towards the end it was really like, how do we go any further, like, except for going full time. We had expressions of interest from the States, expressions of interest in New Zealand, like all over the place, and like it was either like, okay guys, we either step up or we break up. Let's burn out, let's not fade away.
Yeah.
And so, that's exactly what we did. We all met at up at Andre's house, and there was Tim Tams, and there was coffee, and there was cup of teas, as was our tradition. And I kind of laid it down, and no one wanted to say it, no one wanted to break up the band, but it was kind of like, in the end, it's either we break up or we kind of just start dying. We couldn't lift our intensity as we'd done for 6 years running, just lifting our intensity constantly.
Didn't want to plateau. We didn't want to just fade out. So we either had to.
And it was the peak.
End
it was the peak of our career.
End the band on a peak.
Yeah.
And happy with what we've done.
Yeah.
Or we take it further, and just there were circumstances that we just couldn't take it further.
Yeah.
In terms of full time, because of getting old and marriage. And that
marriages.
Sort of thing. We agreed to break up, and there was many a tear and many a hug. Then you have to stop the car on the way home and bawl your eyes out. But it just ended.
It's crazy, like how have you felt since the end of the band? Like, we've never even talked about it. Like,
let's talk about it now.
let's explore our deeper emotions. Like how's like the year after the band broke up? I just didn't even know what I was doing in life. Like, it was like, for my whole teenage years of growing up, that's what I did. I played in a band. It was kind of like I went back to being a teenager again. Like, I got pretty loose, because it was like, what am I doing? Like, I've just got this newfound freedom. It's like I don't have my full-time thing. So it was awesome. Like, it was an awesome like growing experience, because you get to you revisit where you were when you started, and you relearn all your convictions, and because you're a lot older, you internalize them, and massive growth from ending the band. But everything was so up in the air for me, fully. Crazy.
I kind of look back and in hindsight learnt heaps about ministry and learnt heaps about Christian life from the band, but you didn't actually notice it when you're in it.
Yeah.
And you're just living this band and playing these shows and talking with people, and then looking back in hindsight, you can grasp all these concepts and things that we did that
Just
that
happened.
stick out and that you can learn from. And I mean, I miss the band heaps when I turn on video hits. And
No, we're not on there.
and you see a decent band playing live, doing a live clip. Like, I miss playing live.
Yeah.
I miss the adrenaline. I miss the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't miss the practices or the
Not at all.
smelling like a pub when you get home at 4 in the morning or anything like that. But I just miss playing.
Yeah. For sure.
Then there was Balaclava.
Oh, Balaclava was Seraphs Coal's alter ego. There was Seraphs Coal, the good Christian man. And then there was Balaclava, the evil twin sister. You know, it was the ugly duckling. And so I think Craig actually invented it, the Balaclava concept, and we kind of turned it into a reality.
Totally. Started out as this mythical band that just came and took over people's gigs.
Yeah, instruments and all. They barged through the door of the venue. No, what happened was
There was a
they'd
story.
send a fax.
They'd send a
They'd
fax.
send faxes to promoters, and it just had a skull with a balaclava on it. And it just meant that Balaclava were coming, and as a promoter there was nothing you could do about it. And so, anyway,
We were just talking up these stories to other promoters
They
from
would tell
Sydney.
promoters this, and they all believed it. And he goes, and they're like, so what do you do? Like, when what happens when Balaclava show up? And it's like, Craig's like, nothing you can do. They'll just push past the security, grab the band's instruments on stage, and just start playing. Then they'll smash stuff. They'll have a getaway car and leave. And it was like, that's out of control. Like, no one could believe it, but Craig kept on the phone constantly just playing up this myth of Balaclava, and it was the funniest thing ever. And so we started doing our own shows as Balaclava, just started to turn it into the real thing, and we played all the stuff off of the old demos. The commercial distortion demo, stand and the glow demos. Half the kids had no idea. Like, some of on the couple of occasions we played Balaclava, apart from the last show, there was kids that had no idea what was Seraphs Coal. It's hilarious. But yeah, Balaclava was like the alter ego of the band, and we decided to end. Well, we did actually. Our last show wasn't the Balaclava show, but it was. We had a breakup show, and then Stolen Youth said, "Look, Dan, you know, can you really get the band together one last time? You know, just for us." And we thought, why the hell not? You know, both of our last shows sold out. Let's do it. Let's do it for the kids, and one more shot at the underground. You know, they did so much for us. Let's give it back. And we did it as Balaclava, so it was an unofficial last Seraphs Coal show for the diehard fans. And yeah, it was a horrible show. And, but Andre's got all the footage of it. You should get the footage, and apparently it's amazing. So yeah, yeah.